take that. He was having a 1 versus 3. He's able to get one of them in return. But does still go down. Back over in the mid. GH missing the opening stun. And actually have ILTW coming over as well, trying to run at Supreme's Dragon Knight. Nothing to be found of it, though, as ILTW will be backing off and returning to farm. But yeah, that top, I guess, yeah, as you said, that early movement for GH is not something that Leslau was expecting at that time in the game.
Yeah, he's 6 before his offlane Darkseer, so, I mean, GH is just huge in this game, and, you know, picking up a kill, he's going to be even bigger.
He's been making some lovely stacks here as well for Miracle. I'll be very pleased with that. Definitely got to be prepared for GH making the rounds on the map. He's got his eyes down bottom, and with a quick search for the setup, he's going to close in onto Hansken. Backup there from Mind Control with the shell. Should easily have to damage any backup coming in for Hansken. Doesn't look like it. They'll let him go. Same time, the line time to make the aggressive move onto Kuroki. So it's a trade between the supports across the map. GH, quick move there. As soon as he gets that kill down bottom, he's over towards mid with a Vendetta. Supreme is being careful, though, not to step up, and even with the Laguna Blade, it's going to be tough to burst all the way through the DK. I mean, can GH get back in on this? Can they combo him down? They're going to try. Stuns off the mark. GH not quite able to find the setup needed, and even if he did, as I say, Supreme's still rather tanky.
Yeah, he's tanky. He's got the tower aura. Yeah. Levels in his passive.
Oh, Mind Control. Very nice little vacuum there to drag Aramis back out of the charge. But let's get trapped in by his own illusions, and we'll get cleaved off them as well. Nico Baby able to take him down. And heads up here from Nico Baby. Immediately evacuates the lane, as he knows that they're low and Enigma Galaxy will be on the prowl, and they certainly were. GH and Kuro were making their moves down towards potentially catching the two of them, but Alliance, they read the situation, they get back to base, reset.
So still Supreme just kind of sitting mid, looking to slowly pressure the tower, and considering he has 3 points in the aura, he seems to be able to do this just fine. He can just sit here and tank.
Oh, and have a bit of an early Laguna thrown out there by Miracle, and the ult's in from Aramis, knocks back Miracle. Miracle will manage to get out just in time with the Invis Rune and the Bolt charge. But played it pretty close there. I mean, Miracle clearly wanting to get something done, throwing the ultimate out to Supreme, but we are definitely seeing those early days, but it's never going to be easy for them to kill this Dragon Knight. Even if they haven't, as we saw in this situation, 3 heroes around the mid, things have to be pretty perfect if they want to take Aramis out the game before backup comes in. Top lane, going for LTW, he quickly turns. Yes, you'll be able to get Aramis in. No, can't quite. That's going to head back now with the dagger slow coming in. And further back up as well, Hansken and Nico Baby ready on the chase now. Nico Baby, in fact, 2 levels ahead of RCW here, going to show how well Nico Baby's fared out the laning stage. Backup TPs coming in from Enigma Galaxy. Alliance, they will be held off here. Ben set up fairly clockwise with the Nightmare, the Light Strike Array. They'll take down Hansken, the rest of Alliance, then back out. Nico Baby will return to the bottom lane, knowing the amount of attention that he's just drawn up to the top. Mid lane, space is there. Supreme takes the tower, good timing, pre-12 minutes.
Yeah, that's definitely the big thing here. Like, both teams just bring all of the boys to this fight, and you know, you get a kill for Enigma Galaxy, but I think losing your mid tower for a Clockwork is definitely a good trade. Yeah. On the flip side, you can argue that it's a Dragon Knight. Probably he should have taken the mid tower already. So once again, it's one of those things. It just depends on your take on the game. I think if you're Enigma Galaxy, you're pretty happy with the fact that ILTW has been okay chilling top and farming against Queen of Pain, and the tower has not gone down yet. You would think that with the DK and the Queen of Pain to push the Ursa out of lane, like that tower would have gone down. But, you know, the mid tower as well is something you would expect to go down against a Dragon Knight. Miracle's getting pretty damn farmed.
Yeah, and for that standard sort of build-up, we've seen the box into the BKB, making sure that he's ready to turn up and be present and stay alive in any sort of altercation that Alliance tried to bring to Enigma Galaxy across the map.
There's going to come a point for sure for Enigma Galaxy where Ursa is going to be a complete menace in the game. He's not been shut down to the degree that I think you would want against a Queen of Pain, and he can tear through these high-rank heroes.
I mean, they're looking to try to tackle this Dragon Knight. After the grip to Stella, GH one with the Vendetta hit there. Sonic Wave from Lesnar pushes back the 3 of them. That's going to allow Supreme to back onto the side. Lesnar will die for a damage there. First one looks to be called. Now the rest of Alliance is coming in. Nico Baby and Aramis turning towards RTW, but with the ult up, they don't want to try and tackle the bear through. Back off, Enigma Galaxy will attempt the chase down, but Supreme blink at the ready, back under the tower. Enigma Galaxy won't be able to get anything more, but they take the 2 kills down. Quite a bold call as well there from Enigma Galaxy. They see this DD Dragon Knight heading up to the high ground, but they know that they still have the ability to play from the high ground and take the advantage. They're even quick to make moves after it as they smoke up into the pit. They're watching around though, Alliance. They know that Enigma Galaxy has gone for this. I'll scout it out with a rocket flare to see if they can interrupt it. Aramis is going to try. Charging out to Mind Control. The Mets are the ready. Enigma Galaxy with the numbers, they turn back over towards Aramis, immediately kill him off for his attempt to get in there into the pit. RTW is ready to resume business on Roshan. Still trying to poke them away, Alliance. RTW no ult for 20 seconds still, so has to be a bit cautious. And indeed, they're going to return to the high ground. Not feeling confident in trying to force the issue whilst Ursa doesn't have his ultimate. Yeah, pretty nice play from Enigma Galaxy there. Just basically like identifying that they can walk into Roche. There's no hook shot up, so there's not going to be any steal that's coming in. There's really not going to be any sort of initiation. And then when Alliance does go in with their Spear Breaker, they just turn and say, okay, we're going to stop doing Roche and we're just using this as like a mechanism to kill you. And then it gets to a point, Alliance, they're not walking in like that. The flares keep coming out, or the Roche is doing a ton of damage. And all, you know, of course, Enigma Galaxy needs to back out. You don't want to just feed free deaths there, but they kind of used it as a way to bait some kill, which is pretty nice. Now everybody's like chilling around the Roche pit, which is not exactly where you want to be if you're Alliance. Although they have spread out at this point. And of course, for Alliance, not nearly as easy to take a Roche as Enigma Galaxy with their to show that the god strength, but that will be much more of a commitment if they want to head in themselves. They might certainly have to take a fight before they head in. Aramis is going to stand up again, close to the front lines. As they'll spot him out. Same place, same death. Aramis will go down once more. Now 5 versus 4 situation. Enigma Galaxy with the Enrage available on ILTW at the readiness if Alliance do bring the fight. They feel confident on going back in on this. And Aramis and Alliance, they still want to go. The fire that comes out. The Legion attacks him with a hook of a hand scan. Let's now turns, takes down Corona back. The buyback has forced the guys to back up, but they've got that Aegis. Solid Wave comes down on the GH and Mind Control, not enough to burst them. GH, he'll be left in the pit to die. He'll buy a bit more time with the stun, but he'll still fall. RTW tries to have a jab into Aramis, but he can't quite finish him off. No retreat now, still has the ult and the Aegis, ult to be popped. Great vacuum there to stop the charge through. Miracle charge with the Laguna Blade. Supreme's getting beaten down low. They're taking out the Dragon Knight. They may have lost the Aegis, but they're more than happy to take that trade, bringing down Supreme and continue with the chase. They've got their eyes on a hand scan and they've got the means to stop his TP out. Nightmare from Kuro puts a stop to the escape. Enigma Galaxy, they'll take the fight off the back of being able to utilize that Aegis rather early after the pickup, but in a way that Alliance, they were really trying to force it. Enigma Galaxy, they don't mind taking that trade at all. Yeah, it's just... This is one of these games where like everything is going like close to 50-50 or 60-40 because you don't really want to just instantly lose the Aegis like this. I think this probably goes worse for Enigma Galaxy if Mind Control doesn't hit such a nice back wall, because that was a big combo. That was a 4-man combo, right? So it's like if he doesn't hit a combo like that and they're actually able to take ILTW's Aegis without losing a death for that, then that's a really great trade for Alliance. Oh, look at this GH. He's deep up on the other side of the river, setting up onto Supreme. See Aramis trying to help out, but the spike cap has stopped his charge through the catches them just on the edge of it there. Miracle. 2-man light strike locking down Supreme and Handscan allows them to take down both of them. So Alliance again has just got to run away from Enigma Galaxy. Enigma Galaxy, they're ready to push down mid. That BKB done on top of the bots. Miracle is now a tough target to get to. We've certainly been seeing Mind Control on the downs here. Looking like very hard for Aramis. I mean, to be fair, both him and GH. You know, the lane was a bump. Now Aramis, he's feeling sort of the issues of them. Top lane, they will get GH with their damage from Nico Baby. But the spike carapace and the vacuums definitely cause issues for Aramis trying to get in on the front. Yeah, and Miracle too is always there. Like every single time you see one of these combos, Miracle comes in with like a stun. Like he's been in the right place at the right time. Nico Baby wants to go with the God Strength there. Ooh, the hook shot, not quite able to reach up to Kuro. Now they're ready for the turn. They've dropped the wall. Bean's grip locking down Nico Baby. Miracle heads over. They had the burst. They bring down the Sven. Handscan also to fall here as he's locked down in his own cogs. Double kill for Miracle, and after what's been a close start, still the gold isn't that much different. You can really feel that things are ramping up from Enigma Galaxy and Alliance there, you know, especially in those situations where they're losing their Sven. You know, Nico Baby has been as farmed as he is so far. It's definitely got to hurt for Alliance.
Yeah, I want to see a replay of that fight, 'cause I'm pretty sure that Centaur walked in and stunned Clockwork. This neutral Centaur, he may have been able to interrupt the grip otherwise. Let's see. Okay.
So, did he actually? I mean, there's 3 heroes. He's going to go for the storm, you're right.
Oh, my boy. Oh, the neutrals. Oh, God. Sometimes they just work against you or with you. Usually against you. Yeah, that's something. It happens. Miracle is 6-0-4. This guy has not died. He's a very squishy hero. I like him being on Lina, too. I feel like this makes sense for this team. Like, Enigma Galaxy tends to do the best whenever they have Miracle on something that can be a, like, scaling farming type hero. He's a really, like, carry from the mid lane type player, which I suppose makes sense given his carry proficiency in the past. That looks maybe like an accidental dust.
I mean, what's up? I believe it was called a smoke check.
No, then he dusted right before that.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So now he doesn't
Is that why he dusted and smoked?
he dusted, then he smoked.
I was like, you questioned the smoke? But okay, if it's a dust.
Because you could just smoke first.
I mean, GX has been pretty sneaky. You got to check for him in all these corners.
He's really rattled them. Yeah, I mean, he's been a pain. There he is again.
He's certainly been an issue for Alliance this game.
They've got sentries on every lane.
Maybe have to limit this BKB. If they're able to chase this down, they might just be able to. The damage isn't quite enough. Aramis charges over, able to hold them back and keep Nico Baby alive for now. Nico Baby will be saved. Into the trees he goes, TP's away. They're able to get the Sven out this time alive.
And backing off here makes sense. I think Miracle not having BKB, like, really in this game, he's your true carry. Ursa, much more early hero.
Aramis having a tough time again, charging past Enigma Galaxy. There's so many heroes to put a stop to his tracks.
Yeah, we're getting to the point where the tankiness of all of these heroes is really negated by a hero like Ursa, where it's like you want to take these long engagements if you're tanky in general, but if you're Queen of Pain with Sanj and Kai, you're about blinking in, blinking out, taking, getting rounds and rounds of your nukes off. Same with these like tanky farmer heroes such as like the DK, the Sven. But Ursa, he just tears through it. You want to take these long fights, he gets 40 stacks of Fury Stripes on you, just murders you.
There we go. Enigma Galaxy, they can feel the momentum they're running with now. 18-8, they're racking up the kills, and with these smokes, they're ready to keep them coming in. As Hansken goes down, Supreme having to dive into the trees to get out alive, back to base for him. And Nico Baby just very carefully trying to work his way out in this bottom lane, keep that farm rolling in, and it's getting more and more difficult with how quickly and viciously Enigma Galaxy is just sweeping the map.
I mean, I feel like Alliance probably could 5v5 at a point. I don't think that they have to be playing this scared. I
mean, they've got to be pretty, because Nico Baby's still pretty strong, right? Let me see BKB.
It's BKB, but it looks like they want to wait for the blink timing or a pickoff.
It's hard to go into RTW, and they know he's not alone.
Yeah, okay, so Nico didn't commit his ult, so I think Alliance, they make some rotations here, TP rotations, but it's not the worst thing to back off here, so okay.
I mean, if things don't step up now, they're going to smoke up behind Nico Baby. Nico Baby doesn't quite have the blink dagger. It's probably what he was sort of calling for to wait upon. But Alliance, probably as you say, they realize they've got to have, they stand a better chance of making something happen now.
Yeah,
before Enigma Galaxy get another couple.
Exactly. It's one of those things where Enigma Galaxy's like they're running around the map, they're snowballing, they're getting kill after kill, and it doesn't feel like something that needs to be happening if you're Alliance. It's like you don't need to be that scared. You're not in some huge deficit right now. It's only 2K. Your Sven is still second in net worth. He's 3K ahead of the enemy carry. Like, you can fight. I mean, especially if you're waiting on a high ground here. We'll see if Alliance can position where they break the smoke. Doesn't look like it.
No, for sure. I mean, the only thing a BKB Sven's got to be careful about is the Fiend script, and they've got ways to cancel that.
Aramis, okay. Don't break. They don't want to fight. They still don't want to fight.
Yeah, Aramis charging out. They're making a full retreat here, Alliance, by the looks of it.
They really want this blink, man.
Yeah, they don't want to go before it. I mean, we still, especially when they move over to the enemy jungle like that. You know, that wasn't a move to get kills. It was just a move to find a part of the map that was safe and they could stick around and keep Nico Baby protected. He's got the blink now, so
it's working. I mean, you know, they did just get a little bit of a... It went from 2K to 1K because Enigma Galaxy wasn't farming at all.
They were just chasing across the map.
Yeah.
So now Blink's there on Nico Baby. You would imagine if that situation happens again, Alliance this time, they'll be happy to face them head on.
Probably.
Yeah, here we go. This is what they've been working.
Yeah. Nico can now catch the backliners. Yeah. He can catch Kuro and he can catch Miracle. This blink.
Here we go. Start things on to GH. It's an easy kill. Welcome again. And the vacuum wall down onto the three. The Nico Baby has jumped into the lead from the boat track. Hook shot over towards Miracle. They're caught him in the cont. He's able to break his way out with the Shadow Blade. He'll get out of there. They did have to dust upon him, but he was too speedy for the rest of them to catch out. Nico Baby still wants to make some more happen with this God Strength. Gets jumped upon by LTW. Sonic Wave pushes that Miracle back. Nico Baby's in over the tower. Jumps in for Miracle. Takes out the leader. But the bash is there from RTW. He dives and gets the kill, but he dies for his efforts. Now Alliance, they've got to retreat. Without their spam, without Nico Baby, they don't have too much left to offer. I mean, Lesnau's still looking for action. Has to blink away there before RTW gets him. Potentially gets lucky back. Michael's got control. He's got the grab back on the Supreme. Supreme's got it up already. They lock down Supreme. They'll be able to take out the DK as well. Alliance, they built up to this moment where they wanted to fight. They get a decent start to it, but at the end of the day, the dive under the tier 2, it doesn't pay off for Nico Baby and causes them to lose both himself and Supreme.
Yeah, that's definitely not what you want from the reveal. I mean, I suppose you kill Miracle and he's the top net worth by, well, only 600 at this point.
I mean, that was the cool to make, right? You know, he sees him under the tower. I can kill him, but then what?
Yeah, exactly. There's not really much to get him out after that point,
and now you're losing Roche.
You're losing Roche. You've got an Ursa on the enemy team.
Yeah.
Yeah, this hurt. Let's try that. I mean, Lelis was walking flailing around like a madman down there.
He knew. Leslie
does know.
Spider senses.
Yeah.
And so back on track for Enigma Galaxy with the Aegis in the hands of RTW, working on towards the Satanic. Alliance, I mean, would you imagine as soon as they're back up and sort of refueled on the ultimate cooldowns that they'll be getting back out there with the smoke, even though there's the Aegis, or do they have to sort of sit back and wait for that to pass? What do you do now?
The Aegis is not a Miracle, and so I think he's probably the hero that they want to kill first in every fight. So you can definitely smoke if you're Alliance. However, I know that there are just a lot of players, these days especially, that just say, okay, there's an Aegis, we have this ability to like stall out and just farm. Like, let's just do that. Play a high ground, see if somebody walks up.
See here. I mean, they knew that there's a chance the Miracle might come over towards his own triangle, but not to be the case. They'll go from in the mid lane. See if they can lock him down. Charge into the stun, they'll do it. They bring down Miracle, a quick pick off. Same time, though, down bottom, Leslau. Oh, he gets out. GH not quite able to land the combo off the back of the Yules as Leslau's into the trees. I mean, this is pretty good. If Alliance don't lose anything off that first kill, they could maybe even turn this to more good favor for them as they charge over towards the bottom. Alliance, they want to keep this fight going. Now it's 5 versus 4. Ults in onto the Nyx Assassin. They'll take down GH. Handscape with the hook shot over into the trees. Gets Kuroki. And they're not done yet. Supreme's looking for more. Mind Control is able to blink out in time. Him and LTW are back off. But this is what Alliance were looking for. Quick hit onto Miracle, take down the Lina, and then take the fight to the rest of Enigma Galaxy whilst they're mid's out of action. LTW's, I mean, he's trying. He's got an Aegis, so he feels strong. He might just. He's going to be alright. Still pretty beefy, and of course has that backup of Mind Control behind him with the Greaves and a potential surge. So I think he'll hold the tier 2.
Sure, and I guess also they're looking at the cooldown of God Strength. In fact, Nico Baby walked through a ward, and so they immediately saw him right at the start of that. As soon as he pressed that, top Miracle.
Can he solo this?
I don't think so.
I don't know. No, he cannot.
That's a big tanky Sven right there.
I mean, he's going to have to need some TP backup coming in. He knows that there's almost certainly going to be coming a charge his way, and the rest of the Alliance are also trying to see if they can catch Miracle off this. He's got the BKB, will use it to turn and stop Nico Baby from chasing. Now the backup to Enigma Galaxy's in, so a bit of a bait maybe from Miracle. Nigma Galaxy trying to, in their numbers, to take out Aramis. Let's see if they get anything more. Nico Baby should be alright. Looks back up. He's away from it all.
Yeah, cool. So that play is just off the back of the God Strength cooldown. Nigma Galaxy, that's the reason that I think they run in bot with only 2 heroes, and then they do this bait top. Oh, Lelis has got to be careful.
See if Miracle can get him this time. Oh, he's back all place. He's certainly getting in there. See if this buys time for the reset of the light strike.
That's enough.
It certainly does.
Yeah.
Second round of the stun. Finishes him off. They take out Leslau as well.
Main Lena, that is an old classic right there.
Oh. Back in the triangle. I see RTW and GH in a bit of trouble. Well, I say that though, maybe with the turnaround, the vacuum wall from mind control, it's Alliance that are the ones that got to watch out. RTW committing here, Ultra Supreme, he'll take down the DK. Nico Baby and Aramis, they've also got to get out. They try to fight with the God Strength. Nico Baby turns with a stun to hold back RTW, but with a blink fall from mind control, Nigma Galaxy, they're ready to dive into the trees. Past the tier 3, not quite able to get a touch in onto him before the blink out, but Miracle is there waiting for him. Popping the BKB. Aramis comes in with a charge, but Nico Baby too low to turn and punch back. They have to get themselves back to base, Alliance. Nigma Galaxy, they get the kills. And push on, get this tier 2 tower as well.
And Nico Baby, for his last 2 BKB uses, they both have had to be super suboptimal. It's like you have this play top without God Strength, he's pressing BKB, which allows Nigma Galaxy to make this play into the triangle because they know Sven doesn't have a BKB. And then once again, he's using the BKB after his God Strength. It's one of those things where like one decision a long time ago has chained into this end result of a 4K gold lead for Nigma Galaxy. I mean, it was dead even at that top fight.
See what they want to do mid. If they keep in time on the Aegis, 30 seconds until the Aegis expires on ILTW. Definitely something that both teams will be having in mind here.
He's got a Satanic now on ILTW. I feel like this is a really huge timing for Nigma Galaxy. It's just so much effective HP when he presses Enrage. It's super hard to burst him. He's got too much HP to burst, and then he just Satanic to full HP. I feel like this is a big timing for Nigma to win the game right now. Like, even without an Aegis, I think they're super comfortable fighting. Yeah, they go for a smoke. Like, I just don't see how Alliance's heroes kill a Satanic Ursa right now. Like, you have to chain things perfectly.
That's still to do with the Enrage and also having the shard on the bat.
Handskin is looking rough.
The losers of war.
It's not become a fun game really for the supporters of Alliance. No. Fanscan and Aramis getting torn apart at this stage by Nigma Galaxy's heroes.
Yeah, Ursa especially just doesn't care at all about Spirit Breaker or Clockwork. 2 melee heroes that want to get in there, and Ursa's like, whoa, okay, I'll take it. Yeah, so it's really tough game for them. There does come a point where Ursa just, with whatever items that he has, becomes kiteable. Like, Alliance will definitely be able to kite him at a certain point, but like the next 5 minutes are really scary for them. Because once again, this sequence of spells you need to press to take down an Ursa right now is just borderline perfection.
The setup on a Nico Baby, but back up is there. GH quickly die off it. Did find the unmixed card and into the grip that managed to lock down Nico Baby. Gets the BKB off, but it's too late. As Nico Baby's out, and Miracle's ready to close the gap for more. Heading into Supreme. BKB at the ready. They lock down the Dragon Knight. They'll take themselves another. As a quick response there from Nigma Galaxy. GH starting that whole affair there, and it works out perfectly for them.
Yeah, they've been hunting non-stop during this game on Nigma, and it makes sense. You have a Lino Boots of Travel who's able to farm and then get there eventually. An Ursa who wants to be constantly fighting. 500 damage on Scream of Pain, eh? That's quite a lot. He's going for a Lincoln Sphere. It's defensive. I mean, all of these Queen of Pain items are very defensive, and I'm kind of thinking, like, if you're taking long engagements versus Satanic Ursa, Lina who's sitting there constantly, like, spamming you out with spells and attack speed, you're gonna lose.
Losing the base right now. Alliance mid barracks. Taking a beating. Nico Baby up in 10 seconds, but Supreme's trying to jump in from his head. They're going to be able to quickly turn and definitely trying his own life. The Supreme's got to run. Charge out from Aramis. Towards RTW. Let's the outcoming from BKB. Looks toward the jump out. And a heal up from the Greaves will get the majority of Enigma Galaxy away. GH will be left behind. This will be the same for Kuroki as Aramis will be able to catch him. Of the ultimate, actually left the high ground. But anything to stop us in time, they do. Supreme in with the Dragon Tail, stops the escape of the Bane. They'll be able to get the two supports, but of course the damage already was done. They did lose their melee racks in the mid.
Yeah, that was almost really bad for Enigma Galaxy. There was no Satanic Enrage had to be used right at the end there. So ILTW definitely could have gone down here if things played out a little bit differently. Not having that Satanic, I mean, he's just got the Enrage to work with at that point.
Yeah. I mean, we're seeing time and time again just how aggressive he knows he can play because of the backup of mind control. Always there with the heal up for the Greaves and the Surge. He knows when to bail RTW out, and RTW knows he can rely on that. Mid lane, get the good control with the drop out. Nico Baby's jumping. He's going to try and commit here on towards RTW, but he's having a room with the BKB good strength. Another time when Nico Baby has to just get himself out. Aramis charging over on towards Miracle, but Miracle turns to the Dragon Slave, brings down Hansken. Supreme's been dealt with by mind control. By that time, they have no trouble taking out Aramis at the end of it all. And Nico Baby still having to run. GH is trying to chase this. Let's see if Nico Baby can survive. He is into the trees and TPing out, but again, it just sort of goes to show how it really feels that Alliance's lineup missed their timing completely. And we haven't really saw once them able to make a good move around Nico Baby's farmers as Sven. Other than that, Enigma Galaxy, they've just been in full control of the map and of the game itself.
They're playing the fights really well too. Like, I really like that ILTW. He keeps going on Nico Baby, and it's one of those things where you think like, oh, you know, why is he doing that? Like, you're not going to burst the Sven, of course. This hero's so tanky. It's because if he goes on Nico Baby's the only person that's going to be taking down Miracle in these fights. So as long as he sticks onto Nico Baby, it means Miracle can just be the true carry. He can just sit there and kill everybody else, which is precisely what happened in that last fight, and what's been happening in so many of these fights. Miracle, there was one time where he got gone on.
You see that the jump in for Nico Baby is exactly as it goes for Miracle. As soon as RTW starts to get his claws on him, Nico Baby has to bail.
Yeah, there's no damage for him without the Sven. This is just great identification of what you need to do to win team fights, or the way you do lose team fights, and then just countering it. It's just really smart.
And they're back in Enigma Galaxy with the Aegis and the cheese. 15k lead, a couple of heroes dead on Alliance. Looks to be pretty close to Enigma Galaxy being able to seal this deal here in the first game. As the team force are falling, Alliance, will they have one final fight in them? We'll see if they try. Oh. A bit of an early BKB coming out from Miracle. Laszlo himself also trying to put the back with the starting wave. The Green's there. Okay, Nico Baby jumps into the back line. Never finds the Bane. Takes out Kuroki. But now they have to back off. Full combo from Miracle laid down onto Supreme. The Dragon Knight's life coming to an end. As Hansken and Nico Baby have only got moments left to live themselves as well. Hansken taken down. The tier 4's to fall. Ancient exposed. As GG is called. Enigma Galaxy. They'll take this game one. As yeah, they were really feeling it this game. 39 to 18, 70k lead. They were absolute killers. And Alliance, they just couldn't keep up, Jenkins.
Yeah, I mean, so Enigma Galaxy, the way that they played the fights was amazing. The way that they were hunting constantly was also great. It's almost like they were playing based on how scared Alliance was playing. You know what I mean? It's like they sensed that Alliance didn't want to fight. And so they just kept hunting across the map. But I can't help but think, could you, if you're Alliance, just have taken a fight earlier? Like, did you have to play that scared? And I mean, just a tough game for them. It felt like Nico Baby versus the world. It really felt like that, and it just